Summoner's Rift.
Alright, welcome back. Game 2 finally just about to get underway. The remake was successful. It looks like whoever's runes was having a problem has been figured out. All fixed up, good to go. For St. Clair on match point in this best of 3. Taking that first game with quite the quite the convincing fashion. And now, of course, Indiana Tech, they're with the complete switch around in regards to their team composition. Hopefully, English is hard. Hopefully, this will be a turnaround for them, because I definitely want to see them give it their all and see if they can give our St. Clair squad a run for their money. Eternal going to be starting on the blue side. Same thing with Trick. Finally going to help them out, and then in theory, once again, so they're helping out this their jungler in the blue side. So the bot lane is probably going to be late unless Miansfo and Lassie are going to try and death brush it. Thankfully for Indiana Tech, they took the long way around. They didn't try to shortcut it. So because of that, they were not going to get caught in that death bush. Actually, Firesong off to a very good start so far in this mid lane, able to poke out Yule. I was expecting that it was going to be the other way around, but I kind of forgot about the one ability, the Q, and the fact that the passive lets you have a free attack for no mana cost every couple of seconds. So you can just fire that off at on that cooldown. And it does spray and hits Yule, so able to kind of poke back, so may not have an advantage on either side necessarily. The Horizon flashes on the Frizz, gives him the suplex. Frizz going to try and run away. The slice and dice and flash outside. He's going to survive that one. Yeah, Frizz going to go back to lane right away. He's probably going to be a level down by the time he gets back up there. Probably going to teleport up though. So at least save a little bit of time, but if Eternal Daddy wants to assert his dominance on this top lane, he may make a return pass. Try to catch Frizz when he doesn't have his flash. Would definitely be wise to try and pull off. Some good damage coming out here from Lassie's Callista. Both junglers near that mid lane may converge, but follow-up would be a little bit easier, I think, for Yule. Just pull the gold card and get the stun off, but at the same time, it's not like Firesong has no options at all. Some decent harassment coming out here from Lassie, getting so many spears onto both of these champions, and that Rend is doing fantastic split damage. We did see the gank attempt in that mid lane, but as soon as Indiana Tech realize that Trick was there, they do back off. They don't want to take that 2v2. In theory, I think Graves has more damage than a Rek'Sai. But again, I could be wrong. Yeah, it looks like Firesong's just matching Yule tit for tat in regards to harassment. Anytime Yule tries to come in with that red card, just eats an icicle to the face. And that was a bit of a bait, it looks like. And sure enough, the return pass from Eternal is going to be successful. Final shot coming out here from the Horizon. Going to get first blood once again onto Frez. Second game in a row that Horizon's gotten the first blood. At least this time, it was also with the assistance of Eternal. Of course, Urgot is all about the early game. Do as much damage as you can early, and then by the end of the game, you're hopefully so far ahead that you still can do some decent damage while being tanky. Otherwise, you're basically just a body and an ultimate, because he does fall off the later this game goes, from what I understand. Meanwhile, at the same time, yeah, Renekton falls off as well, but I don't think to the same extent, but similarly. Okay, as Mansfeld goes towards the dragon, Lazzie's going to get jumped on down bot here. He's going to flash away to his partner and then come to help with the dragon. They're not going to opt to try and chase them all down there. So the Windrake going down. St. Clair going to pick the first one up. Have to see. I'm curious if Eternal's going to come down bot, but actually Judge Grudge is going to try and make the move right here, right now. Lazzy getting a ton of damage onto Judge Grudge. Has he execute, is going to be successful in getting this kill. Teleport coming down is going to be Yule coming in as well. Not even going to be needed as the double kill goes over to Lazzy. Nicely done there, turning the aggression from Indiana's Tech on its head and being able to secure the double onto Lazzy's Kalista. He already has his boots ready to go, so it is all attack speed and damage moving forward here. He is going to be scary if not dealt with. I mean, he still doesn't have a flash, and I understand why they went for that, but I feel like this is where you call Eternal down and try to make something happen. They're going to keep picking on Frez here, it looks like, because they're all set ready for a dive. What they don't realize, however, is Trick is right there. And actually, so is Mansfo. But that's actually a bit of a throw right there. So, okay, Judge Grudge going to find the really greedy back there from Lazzy. And that is going to put the shutdown gold right into Judge Grudge's pocket. So, you know what, that the incident that they made in that engage might as well have just went even, so to speak. I mean, it's still probably a little positive for St. Clair, but they could have definitely turned that into something. They're going to get themselves a plate for it too, and then Mansfo, thinking that his partner was safe, was all the way up top thinking that there was going to be a dive, which, to be honest, Indiana Tech was thinking about that dive, but they opted against it. And that plate going over into the pockets of Indiana Tech. Okay, Mansfeld with the engage. Judge Grudge going to get out of dodge. Lazzy charging in, but this time it's going to be the teleport coming in here. This is probably the Horizon coming in hot, and Mansfeld is going to just sacrifice himself for the greater good. Going to get torn to shreds by the ultimate of the Horizon. But they are still on hot pursuit. Trick is here if they wanted to try and dive against them. They're going to advise against it. So 2 deaths now onto the bot lane. Basically turning around whatever error they had made earlier in this lane phase. With the help, of course, of the Horizon. And Frez pushes in, but is probably expecting that Eternal or Horizon will be there shortly. Just goes and starts clearing some additional vision as the Rift Herald is probably the next objective on the board. It looks like they're starting it already. They do have to go over to Scuttle Crab, so this isn't happening blinds, but Eternal Daddy is still going to back in this situation. So probably just going to give this up, it looks like. Of course, that's the beauty of Lissandra right there. As long as you don't get stunned while that claw is going out, you can teleport to that thing, and you'll be completely safe from ganks. Mansfo made the attempt, but An easy dodge here for Firesong. I know Firesong's probably looking for some redemption here in this game number 2. He had a really, really rough first game where he wasn't even on the kill board until the Nexus was exploding, basically. Which is definitely painful considering up until that point he had the 3rd best KDA in this entire tournament. Definitely quite the blow. And that blue buff went on to somebody of Indiana Tech. That we saw Yule try to get the steal, but did not quite find it. Who did that end up going on to? Did the Lysandra get it? Yes, she did. So expect more and more aggression coming out there. That's going to be the stun on to Yule. Going to find it again, but sent aside. Yule going to hang on for dear life. He's going to actually get eaten alive here by the Horizon. Bry's a little too late. He's going to get shredded down momentarily as well. The Horizon getting that start that he needed, making plays all over the map. This is a little aggressive though. Trick going to answer back. He at least takes down Eternal Daddy, but at the same time, here comes Lazzy. The Horizon might have found himself a little bit overextended. Rend, execute, gone, but oh my gosh, they didn't actually do it. They're going to chase after Firesong. Lazzy's going to find that one, but that's unfortunate. The Rend stacks were on him and ready, but this battle is not done just yet. The bot lane shows up here. Mansfo goes down, but so does Judge Grudge. Can they execute this one? Trick on Hot Pursuit. That is going to be the stopwatch coming out, but can they fix it up? Okay, it's going to be a triple kill over to Lazzy in the end. That could have been a quadra, especially since one of them would have been shutdown gold, but still, overall positive here for St. Clair, and they're going to get some plates and maybe even the tower itself as well, as Shelly charges on in and is going to help secure this one. That coming in hot is Eternal Daddy and Firesong. And they're going to shut down Lazzy. And Trick goes down as well. It's just back to the 1v1 here in the mid lane. Firesong versus Yule. And finally, quiets down a little bit here. Just almost ARAMing it up for a little bit. Just everybody go mid and let's fight. Dragon is back on the board, so that should be noted by the rest of the squad. We do see Indiana Tech on its way there. It's going to be a Mountain Drake as well. They're going to get this thing started. Trick and Lazzy on Hot Pursuit trying to get there, but maybe too little too late. Already halfway down. Trick's not going to be able to get here in time. It's going to just be up to Yule for a card steal, and he gets it! Unbelievable. Definitely mind-boggling when that happens, and they're going to make them pay for it even more. They spent all that time getting the dragon, losing minions, and they even come back into lane and then just get killed? Holy moly. Really awful time here for this bot lane on the Indiana Tech side. They have the right ideas in mind, and they are not lining up at all. And then an over-aggressive entry into that lane is going to cost them big time. Trick actually finds Firesong. Firesong was looking to make a gank, but he takes about half of his HP before he even gets into the other side of the wall. So much just went into St. Clair's favor off of that last minute or so of play. And they do manage to shut down that mid turret, so getting the gold from that as well. Going to put themselves about 2,000 gold in the lead. Do have to watch out though. The Horizon is going to be a terror to deal with for at least a little bit. Has his Black Cleaver, I believe, already. And charges in, suplex, execute, and done. Bry's getting sent to the grinder once again. 5 kills right now for Horizon. Skirmish down in the bot lane. Mansfo goes in right onto Machucha. The ult coming out from Mansfo is not going to hit its target. Lazzy is getting focused, trying to find a way out of here. Is kind of stuck just dancing around with Machucha. Mansfo actually basically doing enough damage himself to take down Judge Grudge, which should make this Machucha kill nice and easy. Lazzy going to clean that one up. They tried to focus Lazzy, and it did not work. Miansfo had all the time in the world to just keep smacking him with that sword and shield and take the kill down. Took out Judge Grudge, leaving Pachucha out there as a sitting duck. I mean, if I'm St. Clair fans, I like my odds right now. I mean, once again, this is a situation we've seen all throughout the OPSC season so far, where like, get Lazzy ahead, let Miansfo and Lazzy go nuts, and then just get ready to cover them when the team fight happens. Betting on hold that thought, we do have a battle up in the top side. Trick just annihilates Eternal Daddy. And Yule is here for the assistance as well. Can they get the shutdown here onto Horizon? They're on hot pursuit. Perez was getting a little bit low, and the Canulti come out. It's not going to happen. Fire Song's here, a little too late. Might pick up Frez, but is probably going to go down himself as well. Stun card comes on out. One more shot. Can they get one more for this? Can we get 4 kills? We're going to get 4 kills. Oh, dear. Good guy Trick coming in clutch, trying to save Yule, but actually this could be the turnaround. The shutdown gold is going to go on to Judge Grudge. A good little rotate from him to make sure that he can get a piece of that. But there is still 2 more on hot pursuits. We did see Lassie and Mansfield looking to make a move, but the reinforcements were nearby. Rift Herald, now a possibility for St. Clair. Trick getting rather low trying to solo this thing. But does have teammates right around the corner. Should be able to pick that up momentarily. And yeah, these last 5 minutes have been all St. Clair. I mean, Indiana Tech got themselves like an answer. Like maybe they got themselves 1 kill for each situation. But it's not worth it when you're giving away 4. Okay, then Wise on the side of Lassie as well. Stopped building damage for a moment to make sure that he had enough for a Quicksilver Sash. Of course, that QSS will allow him to get out of a single thing of crowd control. So if Lissandra jumps on you, QSS. Get caught by Urgot's ult, you QSS. You get out of there. You don't get stunned after all, and you can keep on fighting. Because, of course, a Callista that's standing still is a dead Callista. Third Dragon, now on deck here. Halfway through it already. Yule's coming in hot from the side. Can this happen? That's a huge stun from Miansfo, and he's going to go dive right in on multiple members of the Indiana Tech side. 2 extremely low. Lazzy finding 1 already. Frez is going to be the second casualty. The support and the tank are down, but do they have enough damage to pull through? I think they do. Lazzy hanging on for dear life. Going to be able to get so much damage. Where did that Dragon go? The Dragon went over to St. Clair as well. Ace plus Dragon plus maybe a turret. Best case scenario here for St. Clair. Oh, and the Herald is still here as well. Shelly going to come play and maybe get themselves an inhibitor before they can even respawn. Going to take the turret out at the very least, but at the same time there are reinforcements on the way. Shelly with another huge shot onto that inhibitor. Going to take it down to under half, but they're not going to be able to secure the actual kill on it. So the next push towards that mid lane will be devastating if Indiana Tech can't find an answer. Ten, 2, and 5 right now for Lazzy, looking fantastic. And then 11 assists for Miansfo, plus 2 eliminations for himself. Trick's been all over the place. Yule's been all over the place as well. And Frez, he may be the first one going down, but at the same time, he's the tank. If he's the first one going down, he's doing his job. And he's still getting involved with assists anyway, so still doing a fantastic job as well. Meanwhile, on the side of Indiana, a lot of the eggs are in the Urgot basket, and that's not exactly a basket I want to put my eggs in. They'll probably get chopped up, to be honest, as he's 6-3-3. But he's not going to be a major damage threat as this goes on, unless he somehow can catch Lazi. But I highly doubt that Lazi will put himself in a position to get caught out by the Urgot directly, which means then you're going to have to rely on Judge Grudge and Firesong, and by all means, they're doing solid. 3-3, 4-4. Anytime they've gone down, they've at least answered it with a shot of their own. But there is still just so much more gold in the pockets of the St. Clair team right now. It's going to be scary trying to take a straight-up 5-on-5. Baron now up as a possible objective. Can we get some vision around it at some point? I'm sure we will. As St. Clair looking to clear out any of the vision from the side of Indiana first. No wards are safe here, apparently. We're going to send Frez down to the bottom side. He does have the teleport available, and it's looking like maybe the same thing here for the Horizon. Debating on going down to the bot lane. And it's just a vision war at this point as well. The only one really farming right now would just be Lazi and then Frez. Everybody else either coming back from base or thinking about the next objective. So we see Trick clearing out the Baron pit. St. Clair the only one with any vision around that pit right now because of that. Oh, good little call out there from Trick. Does spot the Firesong hiding in the bushes, was trying to make something happen. Might have been able, if he got the jump onto Yule, he probably would have been able to blow him up, but because of that smoke screen exposing his location, had to think otherwise. And with everybody farming up, playing the Vision War, it's actually going to allow the 4th Dragon to get ready to spawn here. St. Clair, of course, definitely going to want that. We see pings from both sides saying that they're getting eager to try and get that dragon. Although they're kind of nervous at the same time, too. It does look like Yule is still pushing that top lane. Of course, he has the Destiny. He can pop a bit and go halfway across the map and in moment's notice. So in the meantime, he's just going to split push that. We've got Frez still split pushing bottom, making it seem like the dragon may not even be their main objective. Trick sees everything that's going on here, and it's going to actually slow down Indiana Tech. And the more that St. Clair slows them down here, the more value that Yule is going to get. As we see up in the top lane, takes down a turret. Horizon forced to go back and try and deal with them. And now, because they're so confused as to how they want to handle this, the dragon is wide open if St. Clair wants it. They do get it. They get the soul, and they're going to get the engage as well. Jumps and blows up Judge Grudge immediately. And Yule has arrived. Destiny is down, or teleports in, rather, and he can keep on pushing here. Miansfo moves forward. It's going to be underneath the turret, going to get eaten alive here by the Horizon. There's one member. Lazi's all the way into the back lines. I don't know how the heck he managed that one and got away with it. Does eventually go down, but there's just enough damage from St. Clair to make that happen. Aces them again. That mid inhibitor is not long for this world. While they push this mid inhibitor, Trick is just going to stay on that bot turret, but I don't know what the heck happened there. Judge Grudge was essentially frontlining it for his team. Frez and Miansfo found him instantly, blew him up. And that's one of the main damage dealers, of course, on this entire team. Positioning really making them suffer there. Now, if I recall correctly, so this is the Ocean Soul, so they get massive amounts of regeneration now. Or I believe health and mana, if I do recall correctly. So it's not like these team fights have been lasting very long anyway for St. Clair, but the longer they go, they're just going to keep getting value out of that soul. And that's going to be stuck with them for the rest of this game, as Indiana was not able to steal a single dragon. Even when it looked like they were lined up to take it themselves, they somehow flubbed the smite and allowed Yule to steal it with his cards. This could be bad, however. The Horizon does find Yule all by him lonesome. The Frez is actually not too far away. That's going to be the Zanyas coming in clutch here, going to allow Frez to get into the fight as well. Can they kill him before the execute happens? And in fact, it does happen. Frez going to get himself on the kill board here, taking down the Horizon. Taking down the Horizon. That sounds like something I probably would have listened to high school in a rock band. Bring me the Horizon, that's what it was called. But anyway, another attack happens here right onto Yule. He's not going to be so lucky this time, but he's going to trade his life to try and get the Baron. Is it going to be successful? Eternal Daddy's right there. He is in position. He does go down. It's going to be Baron over. Trick is going to smite that and take care of it. Firesong, not long for this world. He's going to take Frez with him. That's going to be a 2-4-3 overall plus Baron. 3 members of St. Clair moving forward to continue this push alongside their supers. Baroned up super minions, looking like the menu right now. But they do actually opt to back out, so they're just going to go back, push some lanes, get ready to buy some additional items, and group as 5 and make a play. Indiana Tech definitely not looking long for this game. Going to be a rough one nonetheless. They have lost their entire mid lane, inhibitor and all. Constantly getting pressured by super minions. The Ocean Soul on St. Clair. And Yule is going to find the Horizon once again with the stun guard Miensfo right there as well. Frez and Lassie going to come in and clean up shop. If this gets pushed in, this very well could be the game. If Indiana Tech were to take a fight, it felt like they needed to do this 5v5, and they're not going to be able to get the opportunity to do so. One more turret down, get this spot lane inhibitor while you're at it. Now it's just the Nexus turret. You have 4 members of Indiana Tech that try and defend. And one turret down, Frez pops the ult, gets ready to go in. Machucha getting extremely low. Firesong gets blown up, so does Eternal Daddy. Judge Grudge trying to make something happen, and it's going to be all for naught. St. Clair College are moving to the semifinals of the Drury Esports Invitational. Well, how about that? Back-to-back slaughters, essentially, on the side of St. Clair, where the beginning kind of looked even. Then something happened, and it just got snowballed from there. The game was gone, like within 13 minutes of it happening, it felt like. And St. Clair was just able to take that lead, keep pushing it, get themselves souls, get themselves objectives, inhibitors, barons, and it was a lot of just unfortunate execution flubs. I know I pointed out to the dragon initially there. I think it was the 3rd dragon that St. Clair got, just because Yule threw some cards over the ledge, and it just didn't get smited. So it was just an easy steal there. This, not like the soul would have made a difference in that last fight, but it definitely had its mark across the entire game. Now with that, of course, it's a 2-0. That's it. St. Clair take this matchup against Indiana Tech, which means they are going to be playing in the semifinals, which is going to be happening at 2 o'clock. Just going to double check with schedule, make sure that is in fact the case. Last time I checked, it was. But fantastic job nonetheless from our St. Clair squad moving forward to make themselves at the very minimum in the top 4 of this 16-team tournament. I think it was 16 teams. But fantastic job nonetheless. Indiana Tech, obviously good games. Hopefully we'll see you again sometime soon in the near future in another league or another tournament. And sure enough, it is going to be 2 o'clock. So we're going to close out for now, go for a quick lunch break. And then when we come back at 2, it'll be us versus, or St. Clair versus the winner of Northwood University and the Blinn Buccaneers. I'm guessing it'll be Blinn, because they are the ones who won the other side of the group. They won Group A. So no matter what, we're in for a good, tough matchup up next. And we'll see you at 2 o'clock for it.